in my lifetime, and I'm 44 years old, we've never had such a serious situation at our U.S.-Mexico border in our bilateral relationship with Mexico. And it is, if it continues, going to be deeply devastating to the state of Texas, to border communities like El Paso, and by extension to the rest of the United States. There are 6 million jobs nationally, just under 500,000 in the state of Texas, and 1 out of every 4 in the community that I represent that are dependent on U.S.-Mexico trade. A border wall, a 20% border tariff, a trade war with Mexico, dropping out of NAFTA, all of those things jeopardize the jobs in Texas throughout the country and in communities like El Paso and Laredo and McAllen and Brownsville. And they also jeopardize our ability to effectively work with Mexico on issues like security for human smuggling or drug smuggling, on issues like vector control when we have things like the Zika virus at our border, and our ability to cooperate effectively with our southern neighbor and ensure that we have a secure, stable relationship, one today that has more Mexicans going south to Mexico than are coming north from the United States. We have less than 0 migration from Mexico. El Paso, Texas, the community I represent, is the safest city in America today. It's the safest city in Texas. And that safety and that security is at stake if we continue with the policies that have been announced and the executive actions that have already been taken by President Donald Trump. And this idea that we can humiliate our southern neighbor, a country with whom we work together on security issues, on economic issues, on migration issues, a country who is a source of so much economic strength to the United States, a country who has contributed to us in terms of our culture, our people, just who we are. 24% of the people that I represent in El Paso, Texas, were born in another country, most of those in Mexico. They're a big reason that El Paso is the safest city in the country. If we humiliate Mexico with a border wall, with imposing tariffs, with withdrawing from NAFTA, with the rhetoric that we've seen from President Trump, we will, in future generations, find ourselves deeply ashamed of who we were and what we did. This is not in the best traditions of America. It's hateful, and I also believe it's racist. When you begin with the premise that Mexico is sending rapists and criminals to the United States, and then you meet that with a wall, that wall in itself is a racist reaction to a racist myth that does not reflect the reality of this country at all.